It's just mind-boggling. For people who have osteoarthritis also, like my mother-in-law had such bad osteoarthritis, even medications weren't helping her, and she was crying at night, and I was like, I gotta find an answer. That's how I found cryo. And then I started reading about cryotherapy and started reading about athletes doing it, but I started reading what it does for osteoarthritis. She has no pain now. Right? So they're just tools, and you don't have to own one of these things. I'm fortunate enough to have one here, but you can go, there's local places all over the United States, all over the world now, where you can just go in 5 or 10 minutes, and it's amazing. People just need to try it out. So there's lots of different tools. There's exercises you can do that I love called OsteoStrong. I invest in this company. It's a 10-minute workout. Sounds like total BS.
This is the one that speeds up your metabolism.
Yes, well, it helps you build stronger bones, which most people don't care about bones. Women understand, in their 50s, osteoporosis is a really huge thing. And most of the drugs will eventually fossilize the bones. This is the only thing that's been proven to increase bone density by about 14%. But my athlete friends love it. I love it because when your bones are stronger, your muscles are limited by your bone strength. Because otherwise your muscles will rip open the bone, right? So this is a 10-minute exercise. You do 4 different exercises, and you go to a local place. You don't have to own the equipment. And literally you're done in that time. And you see the transformation. First time I did this, I remember I worked with this woman who gets up and she goes, could you put another 100 pounds on? Literally another 100 pounds on. And so there's a technique where you use an extreme amount of weight for a short period of time, and it stimulates it. Because you don't get growth by working out. You get growth by rest. But you have to have a stimulus that's strong enough. And I started doing, I bench press in those days like 240 pounds, and then all of a sudden I bench press 525. And I did 1,600 pounds on the leg press, and the guy from Gold's Gym came over having a film, and he's like, you're doing this with your mind. I was like, no, anybody can do this. But now they have these machines, so you don't have to worry about the weight being too heavy or dropping on you. So there are these little tools that can make you stronger, make you faster. And then there's simple things I never did. Like I was working on the sleep chapter at 6:25 in the morning, and I had to be up in 2.5 hours. I'm like, what's wrong with this picture? Because my whole thing was, my wife loves to sleep. And when we fall back and you get 1 extra hour, all around the world in 70 countries, on average, 21% decrease in heart attacks. Wow. And then he does the same stats on accidents and everything else. And then he showed me stats that show, a man that slept 4.5, 5 hours a night, like I was doing, usually had testosterone levels somebody 10 years older than they were. That got my attention. So it's a combination of sleep. It's a combination of the right diet. It's a combination of the right stimulus of exercise. It's really doing those fundamentals that make a difference for you. You go, oh, well, money makes people unhappy. Money, it has nothing to do with money. Money makes you more of what you are. It just magnifies. If you're mean, you have more to be mean with. If you're kind, you have more to give, But I think that most people are they haven't learned to manage what's going inside. Doesn't matter how much abundance they have, they're still unhappy. And this is why you lived your life the way you have as well. So I think that skill set is the most important one. That's why even in the book, my last 2 chapters, I think are the most important, because it's really about the power of the mind.